Welcome, thrill seekers, to Zenith, the Pipeline Inferno. Prepare to embark on a heart-pounding journey through the reborn Zenith oil refinery. Once the pinnacle of industrial might, Zenith Oil Refinery was a beacon of innovation and progress. Founded in the early 1900s, this refinery turned crude oil into the fuel that powered modern civilization. Families grew up in its shadow, their lives intertwined with the rhythmic hum of machinery and the glow of refinery lights. But as the years passed, Zenith faced unforeseen challenges. Environmental regulations, dwindling oil reserves, and fierce competition brought the refinery to its knees. The roaring fires began to dim, and Zenith teetered on the edge of oblivion. Just when all seemed lost, a miraculous discovery was made deep beneath the refinery, a hidden reservoir of untapped potential. This discovery reignited the flames of Zenith's legacy, sparking a dramatic resurgence that would transform it into a symbol of renewal and innovation. Feel the heat and hear the roar as you hurtle through fiery loops and dizzying twists. Experience the intense, dynamic environment of a refinery at full throttle. This is more than just a ride. It's a testament to the spirit of progress, where the flames of innovation burn brighter than ever. Get ready to experience the thrill, the heat, and the fury of Zenith, where the past meets the future in an explosive ride like no other.
Everyone, and welcome back to Planet Coaster. I hope you enjoyed that little showcase early in the video, and now I'm gonna show you the build part of it if you're interested. There's a nighttime POV at the end of the video if you're up for that, so you can scroll ahead if you like, but if you want to know how I built this, yeah, stay watching. So this is a Vekoma Super Boomerang. This was for Corvus's Discord contest thing, yeah, another contest, which I didn't finish in time, once again. Ding ding ding, yeah, it's another one of those, but I did finish it now. And I'm actually really happy with it. And a bit sad that I didn't finish it last year, because it's been 7-8 months since the contest is over, but I'm happy I finished it. It started out as like a cool launch coaster concept. Someone showed me like a POV of a Vekoma Super Boomerang somewhere in China, I think. And I really liked that coaster type, and I had this concept of like fire, like an oil refinery shooting fire once the coaster reached the top of the central pillar. And since it's such a compact design, I thought, oh, this is perfect to theme as well. If you have a giant coaster, it's tough to theme everywhere, especially since this is limited to 4,000 pieces. Which by today's standards isn't a lot if you like to build a bit of detail. But luckily Team TK was allowed, so I used a lot of Team TK. I think without Team TK there wouldn't be much left of this build. So yeah, if you download the blueprint, it's gonna probably be a while before it actually loads into the game, unless you already have all the Team TK. But yeah, I didn't spare any expenses with the Team TK. I even got some custom Team TK made for this. Data Poe made some of those metal pillars you see later in the video, and also some round walkways, which saved me like hundreds of pieces, so that's really appreciated. But we're already at the custom support section here, which is fun to do because I had this is basically a copy of a real life layout, right? So it is an original layout. I'm not really good with that. I'm not good with copying layouts either, because I suck at building coasters in this game. The meta has become so complicated. You have all these mods and the smoothing and the blah blah blah, and some people are really good with it. This was my real attempt with all the mods. I'm not even sure if it would work in your game. I think it would with another coaster terrain, but sorry if it doesn't work. But yeah, you have to have the mods for that. Because this is like an SLV, and then with a rattlesnake car, but everything else should work. Yeah, the sports was fun. Just copied a lot of reference images, and that's where we are now. Then the central pillar is going to be a chimney or like a oil thing. I'm not even sure how an oil refinery works. Well, they refine the oil, I guess, the crude oil into gasoline, whatever. But it's really industrial, and I thought, oh, this could work well with some bright orange. Usually don't use orange a lot, so. I also don't really build industrial. Well, I do, but I prefer the vintage stuff. So this was new for me as well. And again, a challenge to limit it to 4K pieces. I was constantly checking my piece count and how much margin I had left. And in the end, I had to cut a lot of things as well and have a priority list going. But we made it in the end. Alright, here's the pathing. So if you're placing this blueprint down, pathing is going to be probably the biggest struggle to copy exactly, but luckily you have this video here that's going to help you out. I hope. I did put some scenery around the pathing, so even without pathing in the game, it will probably seem logical where the pathing should go. There's even a priority pass queue in which I'm building here, which was a bit difficult to figure out the pathing for. The queue goes under the coaster and above it. Well, not above it, but yeah, actually above it, the station, I guess. I wanted to really have this intricate feeling thing, even though I'm not using that many pieces. I'm using a lot of big TMTK pieces. It gives the feeling that it is thousands of pieces, just because I have a couple of TMTK items that have lots of detail, like some of the cross beams or like the pillar things with cross ties. Those are amazing for this build. And also these beams here, these are really good for just thickening everything out a bit. In the end, I even found some stairs TMTK, which actually exactly copy the height of the stairs of the ones in game, and you can just use them as like what's the word? Like fake ones. Yeah, and here I'm starting the main superstructure of the building, the station building, I guess you could call it. It's more of just one giant clump of levels of walkways and cranks and yeah, industry stuff. And these corner pieces I'm talking about, which add a lot of pieces. And then here I'm just entering some vertical fences and some of the pipes. Just vanilla game items. Well, are they? Yeah. Everyone has those. Change the color a bit. I didn't want to keep this build to exclusively orange and black and gray. I wanted a bit of color in there, so I used a couple of different colors on the pipes and stuff. And I really want to use a bit more color in my builds. Maybe not bright colors, but these will suffice. And then I used, I think, the poles as more pipes. And of course, more custom TMTK stuff. I finally found a time to use these items. I think I used them in the World's Fair Park as well a couple years ago. And that was a fun build. That's a long time ago. Blanco 2 guys again. Damn, nearly there. Oh yeah, safety fencing of course. And then a fake walkway to make it even look more intricate in the end. So not all walkways are walkable for the guests, but most of them are actually. And therefore the main queue, it's a pretty long queue if you have to walk completely, so there's some shortcuts in there as well if it's not that busy, like in real life. I tried to go realistic in this build. The most unrealistic part is probably the budget. If you have a Vekoma coaster, you're not going to spend so many millions on theming. And of course, I'm not an expert in these things of how that would work in real life. And the queue on the ground is pretty basic. It's just a kettle pan with some different shapes in there. And the thing that goes over it is actually more interesting. Oh yeah, This is like a main factory. There's like 4 pieces of wall piece, and I found that, and I just this could be a cool like backdrop for the thing. Fill it up a bit more, so that's what I did. And so adding some more pipes here and there, and we have a nice little plaza vacation of pathing here, because I wanted to have everything is so straight and square, so I want to have a bit of more of an organic shape to the pathing. Also because it's a like a blueprint, it will like make it nice and presentable, and then of course you can do whatever you want with it if you place it in your park. I'm still kind of surprised that this stayed a blueprint instead of a park file, and I really hope in Planco 2 this will be much easier to do and there won't be stupid piece limits again. Oh yeah, here are some of those slated roofs, which are factory looking. I think I might replace these in the end, but I forgot. We'll have to see. Download the thing for yourself. Hey, yeah, the link should be in the description of the blueprint thing. The backstage stuff. Yeah, I always want to like a slight bit of realism in there. Of course, in real life probably you wouldn't need those structures, but it looks nice, right? That was the place where I started replacing the pillars with custom ones. And some mulch, because I want to have a bit of greenery in here to break it up a bit, and to also give it a bit more depth if you look from the front angle. Otherwise everything is just the same color and it kind of blends together a bit too much. So this was a nice detail. Of course, a lot of Team TK items. These little trees and bushes are one of my favorite items added in the last couple years. Apparently they've been along like here for a while now. Oh yeah, and this is the most recent footage. This is where I picked up again after quitting a year ago. So it's like, oh, what do we have here? What is there still to be done? So I started with some basic stuff like little grass patches and some dirt decals. Even some trees, which still look horrible in Planco 1. I can't wait to have decent looking trees in a coaster game. Like in Zoo, you could just basically build your entire zoo with just like trees alone, and I really hope they keep that quality of detail for Planet Coaster 2. Okay, yeah, look, I mean, I was talking Dutch for a second, that's fun. Boiler thing. No, it's like a storage thing. It probably shouldn't be on the roof, but it added some like diversity. Instead of square, it's now a round piece, and I cut them in half because you only need the front half and the back half only behind, like backstage people see that, so it wasn't needed. Then a walkway in between those, and it's pretty straightforward really. I used those things there, and then I supported them in a bit, I think, to like really round off the backstage area. Usually we did do a bit more but since we were so limited with the piece count, I had to like do the cheap version, but it still looks okay in the end. So yeah, there's a very clear direction of which you want this coaster to be looked at, because this direction isn't really that pretty. You can just put a bunch of trees behind it, or some containers, or like bins, whatever. I don't know. Some safety fencing in this bit as well, because people shouldn't like be able to touch the track. That's really deadly. Like if you lose your phone in Angelandia, like don't let an employee grab it for you in Poland. Okay, don't do that anymore. It's a long while ago, but yeah. Anyway, I discovered that grass patch on a workshop, and it's pretty good. So I used that a lot. Too bad it's so round. You have to kind of use a lot to cover it up a bit. And then some little smokestacks. I put some smoke effects in there as well in the end. Oh yeah, the lighting. Like if you notice, if you look up at oil refinery images on Google, you notice in the nighttime there's like thousands of orange lights. So I tried to put them in there. You could see in the showcase video part, of course. Some cameras here, and then we're actually nearly done already. I cut out a lot of footage of repeatable things like pasting all these metal bars and pipes, but you get the gist of it, I hope. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments. Oh yeah, I also made a custom queue video and like an info sign. But yeah, that's it. You saw it in the video as well. So yeah, stay tuned for the nighttime POV coming up in a bit. Oh yeah, these railings are also Team TK. Such a handy thing to have if you don't want to use purely paths in the game. And then some final detailing, a rusted car, whatever, you know the gist. Okay, thanks for watching everyone. See you guys around. Bye!